All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And what sparked this lesson to the spirit was, on a plantation, and I see, two Moabite women. And if you don't know, these are, that's their biblical nationality name. And these are two Chinese women walking around holding hands, while they're just walking throughout the whole, facility. And it dawned on me that I just seen an article pop up, which this one is from apnews.com. It says, China bans men it sees not as masculine enough from TV. So the point is, the nations are getting fed up with E's wine that he has made everyone drink around the earth. Okay? The nations are mad at the simple fact of his wine is destroying these people's countries. Literally. Right? This wine that he has poured out all through the earth with his cup is completely destroying their whole culture. So what I've been seeing a lot lately is a lot of Chinese men and women, that are, with this same-sex agenda. I've been seeing a lot of Elamite woman and Ishmaelite woman. The Elamite is the East Indian woman, and Ishmaelite is the so-called Arab woman. Right today, you see them come over here. They're dressed like complete harlots. Right? They have. It seems as they took on black culture. The Megan Thee Stallion, the Cardi B. The Little Kim back in the day, Foxy Brown type of, attire, right? And the nations are mad. See, these are some, right? Some of the reasons why the nations are mad. The nations are sick of this shit, okay? So let's read this article. China bans men it sees as not masculine enough from TV. Because these nations know. They see what, E is doing to the Israelite men, okay? How he's tearing down masculinity and promoting the femininity, promote that in the men. It's called the demasculation of the Israelite men. That's the agenda that they have going on. This is why, little nasty X, okay, is being uplifted, But the masculine man, and you will watch on different TV shows or movies, are being tore down. But more of uplifting of people that play the roles of like Medea, who cross-dressing, things of that sort, all these different things that go against the scriptures, right? So it says in Beijing, it says China's government banned effeminate men, right? Yeah, they're effeminate, right? Men on TV and told broadcasters Thursday to promote revolutionary culture, broadening a campaign to tighten control over business and society to enforce official morality. And see, as this America, Babylon the Great being a low land, it doesn't have any morals, okay? It doesn't have any dignity about itself. This place is built and established not only on bloodshed, but on wickedness, right? Hey, that's why Scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Let's continue. President Xi Jinping has called for a national rejuvenation, right? Because they see this wine spreading, and that is what is influencing the younger children, okay? Influencing the young men to say, you know what? We don't want to be in the army no more. We don't want to kickbox and do martial arts. We want to walk the runway. That's what we want to do. You see? And they like the hell with that, man. So they had to put a ban to that, right? Because they see how it's affecting the younger men of their country, even older. So it says, with the tighter Communist Party control of business, education, culture, and religion, companies and the public are under increasing pressure to align with its vision for a more powerful China and healthier society, right? Because they know when you're dealing, even with, let's talk about armies, when, like we know women are the weaker vessel. We know women can't endure as much trauma as men. And when you allow women to join your army, we know that ultimately weakens the army, right? In a healthier society. Well, going back to the health, they know that more diseases come from you living an alternative lifestyle, right? Broadcasters must resolutely put an end to sissy men and other abnormal aesthetics, the National Radio and TV Administration said, using an insulting slang term for effeminate men, Nyang Pao, or literally grilly guns. You see? That reflects official concern that Chinese pop stars influenced by the sleek, fashionable look of some South Korean and Japanese singers and actors are failing to encourage China's young men to be masculine enough. And see, they're realizing this of the wine that they drunk from America, Babylon, and Great is what? That they are losing that they're losing masculine men within their nation. Okay, the masculinity is going what? Downhill. And this is what you see. This is what's happening to you Israelite men. If you have been influenced by the devil himself, Esau, Edom. So without further ado, let's get into some scriptures. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Okay? And this golden cup is talking about what? The wine of fornication that he has spread it through the earth. Let's get that. That's in the book of Revelation. Let's see. Revelation chapter. Let's see. Boom. Yep. The book of Revelation chapter 17 verse 1. It says, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Right? And these waters represent these other nations. Okay? And this great whore that is speaking of, but it's America, Babylon, the Great, because he is the one who has control over everything. All right? With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And see, Moab was in bed with Eve, okay? He slept with that whore, that prostitute, okay? But now he's seeing that, whoa, being in bed with you is no longer benefiting me, okay? You have been deceived, right? And now that you're noticing that you have been deceived and noticing that, this great whore has nothing really to offer to you, you're starting to what? You're starting to say, no, okay, this has to stop, right? This has to stop. This influence that you got over our nation, over our people, we can no longer vibe with this. This is how these nations are feeling, deep down. They can't make certain moves just yet because, it's not time to pop off, exactly yet, but they not feeling it. They not feeling it. That's why these nations are starting to buck up, right? Yeah, the same ones who have laid down with this whore. That's why the scriptures also go into it. Says, let's see if I can hit it real quick. The book of Obadiah, because that's all the other nations wanted to do. They wanted to hit it and quit it, but they got sucked in. Inside joke. All right. Salakia. Obadiah 1 verse 7, it says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and they prevailed against thee, that they eat thy bread, or Salakia, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is no understanding in thee. So yeah, these nations that have eaten, the goods, okay, that came out of this place and got their little certain benefits, these people have deceived you, because deep down they thinking about how they can destroy you, because you have destroyed their people, you have destroyed their culture. And Moab that we're reading of is an example of that. All right. So verse 17 again, it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunken with the wine of her fornication. Okay, and Moab was a part of that, but now Moab is getting sick of this whore. So let's read that again. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 7. It says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. And you can see, all right, Moab is trying to now stop that influence that America Babylon the Great has put on her people. But it's too late. It's almost too late for that, okay? Because you done let it seep into the pores of the minds of your people, okay? Ultimately, this place and this devil got to be took out of power for this wickedness to end. Shalom.